Hi guys, how's it going? Caitlin here and welcome to my kitchen. I hope you guys are super pumped. We're gonna get 3 days worth of meals all prepped and ready to go so that you have 3 days, zero stress, lots of flavor. This is meal plan 52. 52, can you believe it? We've been together for a year already. That's craziness. Okay, awesome. So I've got 3 varying levels of prep here. Grab your prep list and let's go. If you don't have a prep list, you can find one in the comments or in the description for this video. So click there, you'll find the link, you can find the prep. There's 3 levels of prep. So if you're not feeling super motivated, you don't want to have it all good, you're okay with a little prep day up, that's okay. We've got a level for that. It's going to save you so much time this week and you're going to love it. If you have a little more gas in your tank and you're ready to kind of get her done, make it like a build your own meal kit, it's going to be so simple. There's levels 2 and levels 3. So let's see how we go, shall we? Hope you've got your favorite kitchen tools out, your prep list, and your groceries, and let's go. Let's get this started, shall we? Like many times, I'm going to start with something that is actually on level 3. Yes, I'm going to start with level 3, and that's because level 3 is stuff that it's going to be doing itself while we are doing other things. It's very time effective. So I'm going to take some chicken and I'm going to put it in the pressure cooker. I'm just getting this chicken. I'm going to throw a little salt on there. Getting this chicken cooked for wraps. If you wanted to cook a little extra now so you had protein for your pasta, you could do that as well. I'm actually going to cook up 3 of those. So I just have a cup of water in my pressure cooker. There we go. So I just turned it to poultry and I pressed start on that. So that's going to cook itself and then I'll just be able to dice that after. Get rid of that yucky chickeny cutting board. And bring out my favorite prep board. Okay, now that we've got part of level 3 out of the way, it's time to get going with level 1, shall we? So, I'm gonna shred up some lettuce. We only need a couple cups of lettuce, unless you want to prepare this and use the rest as side dishes this week. Which I am going to do. I'm going to use, because I figure if I'm prepping this once, I may as well just have it prepped. And I moved to a coated knife for chopping up my lettuce. The reason I moved to a coated, well, that's a yucky looking piece, moved to a coated knife is because there's less chance of lettuce browning. I'm going to get that ugly chunk out of there. Yuck. There we go. Much better. Less chance of the lettuce browning if you use a coated knife, if you use a metal one. I'm not sure why. I am not a scientist, but I hear the things and I'm happy to pass it along. So just having this lettuce all shredded is going to make side dish super easy. So I figure when I'm having the pasta, I think it's always nice to be able to have the option of just a little salad on the side, you know? I appreciate being able to have that freshness. I can't convince my kids to eat a salad at this point to save their lives. But you know what? I think especially for little kids, because they're only 2 and 4 and, 6 months, it's so much a texture thing at that age that all you can do is just keep on exposing, right? Just keep on exposing them, and even more than exposing them to it, demonstrate. You gotta demonstrate what healthy meal practices look like. So even if you feel like it's a battle, just know that you're doing good things, okay? So there's lettuce taken care of. So again, that's for the chicken wraps, and it's really weird. There's just like this one rogue piece of lettuce in there, but it managed to like put itself everywhere. It was an effective piece of rogue lettuce. Okay, gonna chop a couple. Couple pieces of celery right up. And also going to chop half of a small onion. And these are going to be put together for use in our chicken salad wraps. So just gonna chop these up. So I am looking for these to be fairly fine. It could be a matter of preference for you. Apparently I'm throwing a little onion on the floor, but that's okay too. This isn't going to company, I promise. I'm just feeding it to me and my kids and my husband. And I'm quite confident they would do the same. They would do the exact same thing under the same circumstances. There we go. So we got some celery and some onion chopped up real small in there. Okay, I'm gonna get some veggies ready for our sheet pan dinner too. I'm just going to chop up the rest of this onion. If you wanted to throw another onion on your sheet pan, you could. You could choose to do that. I am just kind of using up this onion. If you want to throw another one on, you could. And just giving it a quick rough chop. Nothing huge. It's gonna add some flavor to the sheet pan. And then I'm not trying to figure out, hey, what should I be doing with, this onion. Don't have to figure it out. Just throw it in. That's a nice thing about a sheet pan dinner. If you got any like extras, anything where you got a bunch of something leftovers, you can use them up really, really well. So incorporating something that's a sheet pan or a stir fry, anything of that sort into your week, super smart. Just for making the most out of your veggies. Sorry, the onion's starting to get its revenge a little bit. So I am just rough chunking some peppers. That are gonna go on the sheet pan. Ooh, I got a fiber at the bottom here. Like I cut along the lines at the bottom. And usually there's 3 or there's 4, and this one had 5. What a funky pepper. I like it. So we are going to incorporate quite a few veggies into this sheet pan. I got my first bunch of veggies that we're going to throw in with it right there. Then I'm also going to slice up a zucchini. You don't have to sing about your zucchini like that. Like it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a song. It could be if you wanted it to be. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this kind of in little half moon pieces that I can already tell you my children will hate, but it's gonna look really pretty when it's all together on a sheet pan, and you know what? I'm gonna be happy. We'll often give the kids, if they won't eat any of the veggies, because I mean, thing is, they gotta eat some of it. It's like you gotta give it a try. You can't just say you hate it. That's our rule. You gotta at least try it. You can't just say you hate it without trying it. But if they refuse to try any of it, our one offer that we do make is, would you like us to mix it in with something for you? Like mix it in with the rice, or do you want us to chop it up real small? Sometimes if we chop it up real small so that it's indefinable and you really can't tell what they're eating, they'll be more likely to eat it. They'll just pound it back that way. There we go. We got celery all chopped up. We got zucchini all chopped up. That's all going to be going in the sheet pan. Then I'm just going to make sure that these beans, we got beans to go in the sheet pan too. We're just going to make sure those are all trimmed up. And just going to take some, line them up. Chop the end, turn them around, line them up, chop the other end. If you want to save time with any of these, you can use, there's nothing wrong with using frozen, already trimmed veggies. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you want to save the time where you can, you go ahead. Like the reason that we're doing this is to save you time and to save you stress during the week when you might not have the mental energy at that time of day, or you might literally just not have that time at all at that time of day. Like sometimes it's a matter of just being like too tired to think, and other times it's you get zero time to put things together. So if you can make yourself little shortcuts like having frozen veggies and opening a bag, that's okay too. There's something to be said for frozen veggies. I've actually heard that a lot of the time it can be healthier than fresh, just because of the distance that it's taking between going from the crop to your table. Frozen are usually done pretty immediately, and a lot of the nutrients are preserved. So if you're doing frozen and feeling bad about it, don't, because you might actually be absorbing more of the nutrients from it. So it could actually be a very good thing. If you have extra veggies, more than you're going to be using on your sheet pan, save them for a side dish for this week. You can either steam them and put them with your wraps, or you can have them raw and just use like some ranch dip or something like that to go on the side with your wraps. Or lunches throughout the week, snacks. I'm just trimming them all now so that they're all ready. Because if your food is prepared, you're more likely to use it than if it is not. So you're here now, you're in a groove. Might as well just get the things ready, right? And what a huge difference just having your fresh stuff ready. What a huge difference it makes. Then instead of just having stuff in the fridge, you actually have like things that are ready to go. I got like Felice Navidad going through my head. Maybe I should start playing music. I don't know. No, you play your own music. I start playing music, I'm gonna start singing, I'm gonna start dancing. It's just gonna be a whole different gig. And not what I'm sure you wanna see or hear. Okay. There we go. So our beans, they're cut, they're prepared. And guys, I think that's it for level 1. We've got like our veggies pretty well done, guys. Like, awesome. Good on you. If that's all you have in you, you did awesome. You did amazing. If you have more left in the tank, let's go. All right. Grab, if you got a little food processor of any sort, grab one. If you don't have one, food processors are awesome. You should have one. I like having a little one personally. I get a blender for like, you know, any big things, but I like having a little one for little jobs. So we're gonna get the sauce ready. If you're with me for level 2, we're gonna get the sauce ready for our Bruschetta Pasta. So just gonna prep the things that are going in here. I've got 4 cloves of garlic. And garlic, my friends, it's something you can measure with your heart. If you believe you want more garlic in yours, then you do, and you can add more. If you're on the other side and you feel like If garlic bothers your stomach, then you're not alone. There's a lot of people who cannot handle FODMAPs or garlic. Try to see how you react to a garlic infused oil, because a lot of people who cannot manage garlic can actually manage garlic infused oils, because it doesn't have the same whatever it is. I'm trying to think of what they are. Something sciencey. Whatever the sciencey thing is that makes you like gassy and makes it hard to digest. You're gonna get the flavor from an infused oil, though maybe not quite as much, but you're not going to get the hard digestion gassy part of it. So if that appeals to you, I'm wondering if that garlic's gonna, I'm not confident that it was going to process the same amount that the others were, so I'm just giving all my garlic a quick mince first. I'm just gonna put the minced garlic in with my tomatoes and my basil. The garlic might be done all right, or I might have had big chunks of it, and you know what? Figured, why risk it? Why risk it for the sake of just being able to prep it? There we go. So, got my garlic. Got 4 plum tomatoes. You could use any tomatoes that you want. Like, yeah, you can use literally any tomato that you feel like using. If they are like, you know, super juicy tomatoes, you might want to consider taking some of the seeds and watery stuff. I don't even know what it's called. Might want to take some of the guts out of her. Garlic all in there. Okay, I'm just gonna have to give this a little bop bop, just to make a little more space in there. So I want about a 1/4 cup-ish of basil. Basil is one thing that I adore as well, so you can measure it with your heart, or you can save a little fresh basil if you want. Just to put on top if you feel like it. Like, that sounds delicious to me. Maybe that sounds good to you, maybe it doesn't. You could use dried basil instead, but there is just nothing to compare fresh to dried basil. There's zero comparison. Like, so when I say a 1/4 cup, my version of a 1/4 cup is gonna be like mashing as much as I can in there and saying, yeah, that's a 1/4 cup. So if that's what your 1/4 cup looks like too, cool, we could totally pasta together. Because I'm literally taking an entire one of those containers and be like, yeah, I can mash that into a 1/4 cup measurement. And that's exactly what we're doing. Oh geez, I might be in trouble. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. This is a powerful little thing. We'll see how it does. One piece of basil that kind of stuck up in there, but all right, I think I'm happy with that. So I'm going to take this out. So that's just really making a fresh pasta sauce is all that's really doing. So now that is going to be ready. And it already smells so good. Like you don't need much to be able to make something that is just dang good. Especially working with fresh ingredients. So to finish that off, I'm gonna throw a 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm putting the olive oil just on top of that. Slowest pourer ever. Yet so satisfying just to watch it come out. I'm going to throw the olive oil on top of that. Just keep some of the oxidation out of it. Oil kind of creates a nice barrier. And this all sitting together in the fridge overnight is going to also just let those flavors meld together. So A, for my own entertainment, and B, for a little bit of preservation's sake, just throwing all of that olive oil right on top. If you don't get that fancy with it, you're just fine too. You're beautiful just the way you are. Okay. Sauce is ready for bruschetta pasta. That's gonna make an easy meal even easier. We're going to grate ourselves some Parmesan cheese. If you are dairy-free, skip this. If you're dairy-free, skip this step very easily. You can enjoy this dish without using Parmesan. If you are just lactose intolerant, I don't want to say just because, you know, it sucks. I know the way it feels. If you are lactose intolerant, there's a very good possibility that you can eat Parmesan cheese. Aged cheeses tend to be naturally lactose free. So for people who have issues with lactose, it can make it easier to digest. Here we go. Gonna just throw this into a small container. There we go. You know what? I was going to scoop those things up off of there, and I'm just not going to. There's other stuff on the cutting board. I don't want the parm to get all like lettucey. No, it's just a little, it's a little wet on the cutting board there. So we're just going to go with that. Okay, there we go. We got that ready. Now, next up, we're going to get the ginger soy sauce ready for our sheet pan dinner. I'm gonna grab a few of my things for that. Let's see. So I got a storage bowl to keep it all in. Do 1/4 cup. You can use gluten-free soy sauce, or I'm using coconut aminos. Let's see, 2 tablespoons of either honey or maple syrup. I have a baby who is just starting solids, so that means no honey for the first like 6 months of their eating, which is kind of a pain, but it is what it is. Some rice vinegar, a tablespoon of rice vinegar. Guys, I love these little, the little measuring cup that I'm using. They're for liquid measures. They come in a set of 4. And instead of like, you know, when you do liquid measure, you gotta get up, down, up, down, up, down, and you're trying to figure out the perfect measure. These you don't have to. You can stand like a human and just fill it up with liquids, and that's exactly what the liquid is. So let's see, I need 2 more cloves of garlic and some chili paste. And of course, it's ginger. We're gonna need ginger. Lots of it. Kind of nice though, make those nice warm flavors, right? Grab my some garlic. I'm just gonna cut those in half. Take out my lovely mincer again. This thing, it'll mince or slice garlic, cleans the dishwasher. It's called a garlic prep tool. It's pretty handy. If you're somebody who likes minced garlic, but you buy your minced garlic, you can literally mince your garlic just this easily and put a little bit of oil in there, and it's going to preserve that for you for the week. Once again, that oil can work if it's something that's going bad, or if it might be just due to oxidization. Oil can help with that sometimes. Maybe not for as long as you'll get with some commercial things, but if you just have that and you get it going on for your garlic for the week, like you're laughing, you're all set. So I want a tablespoon of fresh ginger. I'm just gonna peel off the outer edge here. And this is called a cup zester. And you can zest in any direction on it. I find it extremely helpful for things like ginger. I don't thoroughly enjoy grating ginger, but I gotta say this tool makes it pretty easy to do. And then I can check and see how much I have, because there's this little twisty on the bottom where it's kind of like a windshield wiper. And then there's measurements down along the bottom too. So I can see that I have approximately a teaspoon, so I definitely want more. A tablespoon is quite a bit of ginger. But nothing replaces the taste of fresh ginger. You could use powdered if you want to, but it's one of those things where you're gonna notice the difference. I feel like if you use powdered ginger in this, you'd be doing yourself a disservice. If you wanted to use something like the food chopper and chop it up, you could. I don't know why. I find that grated ginger gives more flavor. I could be crazy there, but I do find that it does. And I'm not sure if it's just that there is more of it exposed to air, but it seems to. Flavor seems to go further. I don't know. Could be crazy. Like I said, not a scientist. I'm not a scientist or a food scientist. I am just a mom, allergic to life, who likes eating yummy things. All right, I need some more. That's a weird looking chunk in there. I just don't think I like that piece. I don't think I like that whole hunk. That is not my hunk. Yeah, that ginger looked just really weird on the inside and I'm not feeling it. I guess that's why I peel my ginger, because if I hadn't peeled it, I wouldn't have seen how funny that looked. Might have used it. Don't think I would have wanted to. Okay. And maybe you do have a bit of a shortcut here. Maybe you get the ginger that is already minced. And that's cool too. Take whatever shortcuts you feel you want to make. Okay, I've got about a tablespoon there. So, gonna dump that all in there. There we go. Looks good. Smells good. I'm happy. Okay. And that is going to be delicious. So that's going to be something we're just going to pour it over our veggies and our protein, and we're going to love our lives. Okay. That is already there. I just totally failed at putting that lid on. Okay, there. So if you are using grapes in your chicken salad, you can cut those in half now. I'm not going to use grapes in my chicken salad because they're not on sale right now and they were ridiculous in price when not on sale. However, we've got a way around that, and that is I'm using craisins because I have a dog in my house. You can use raisins if you would prefer to. And just to make our lives easy, just to make them easy, because that's what this is all about. This is about making it easy. And yeah, it seems like it's a nothing thing, but it could be a thing. We're just going to put, I got measurements in my little cups here. So I'm putting a 1/4 cup of craisins into a little container so that I know to mix that. Perfect. Okay. One other thing that I want to do is gonna mix my mayo and my Dijon together for my chicken salad as well. So then that is going to be completely ready. Okay, so 1/4 cup of mayo, 2 tablespoons of Dijon, now I use Hellmann's just because I avoid soy oil. If you're somebody that's avoiding seed oils, you might want to you can make your own mayonnaise for really cheap, just using avocado oil. It really doesn't take long. It's pretty simple, so you could choose to do that. Or there are a couple brands that make avocado oil mayo. You can use those too. Chosen Foods might have one. Don't quote me on that. I'm not quite sure. But I'm pretty sure Primal Kitchen has a mayo. Comes to the bottom of that Dijon. So I am going to say that's pretty darn close. And we're going with that. Wonderful. So you see how that's going? It's just gonna be bang, bang, bang. Everything's going to be ready to go, to dump and serve. Just like having your own meal kit, except it's done at home and you know it's gluten-free, right? So not many of the meal kits have that going on. So awesome, we got our chicken in there. And that's already like falling apart. I do think I only need 2 of these, but whatever, we're going with it. Okay. So easy, that chicken is pretty much just cutting itself. Oh, by the way, we're into level 3 now. So level 3 is just everything is going to be really in a state where it is almost complete. Like your evening dinners are just going to come together like a snap. This is the kind of simplicity that people pay to have meals show up at their door like this, but you are putting in a little bit of effort now, and you are getting all of the results of that. You get the ease, right? You get that relief of knowing that you're done. So there's our chicken, already done up, ready to go for our wraps. The last thing that we're going to do is prepare the chicken for our sheet pan, okay? I'm just gonna grab this so that I don't get everything else on it. I can be kind of weird about my stuff touching sometimes. So just going to take out a couple breasts, cube these. You know what? This other one's really tiny. Sometimes they're bigger than others. Sometimes they're smaller than others. And this is 0.54 kilograms. So I'm just gonna chop it all. It's fine. It's fine. That other little one was just too small to even pretend I wanted to save on its own. So I'm just gonna chop this into cubes. For my sheet pan dinner, make it all too easy just to throw together. If you preferred to cut your chicken in strips, you could. If you wanted to buy your meat pre-cut into slices or cubes, you could do that. The more your meat is kind of cut or processed, you will pay a premium for that. And it doesn't even look that much different when it's in a container. But when you look at the weights on it, that's when you notice how much they're charging per pound or per kilo or whatever. You'll notice that is where you will see the change in price tag. Here we go. So guys, we are ready. Like, you have 3 meals. You've got a pasta, you've got a sheet pan dinner, you've got wraps, and all 3 of these are ready to go. Just as easy as that. If you were processing extra veggies at the same time that you're not going to need for your sheet pan, you have those for your side dishes to go. You have that as side dishes to go with your wraps. If you cut up extra lettuce, you have side dishes to go with your pasta. Guys, You did awesome. You did great. I hope you enjoy your meals this week. I'd love to hear what you think. If you enjoy the feeling of having that all done, I hope you join me next week as well. And we will chat soon. Thank you all. Bye-bye.